Fox 10 investigates the issues surrounding sober living facilities in some brand new luxury condos.
Across the valley, Native Americans and other vulnerable people are battling addiction and being targeted in a sober living scheme, now being addressed by the state. Tonight, we're uncovering more on what's happening at Canal on Baseline.
That's a really high-end condo complex. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum joins us live with an update.
Residents who live in the area of Canal on Baseline not only want answers, but solutions. In our last investigation into the chaos at the canal, we reported the city of Mesa was investigating alleged sober living home activity. Now we've confirmed there's a multi-agency investigation, and the property owner admits that 2 unlicensed sober living facilities operated under his watch. Welcome to the condos at the Canal on Baseline. From a bird's eye view, there's a uniform look of white rooftops capping 90 contemporary-styled townhomes. The property sits within a gated community at 6060 East Baseline Road in Mesa. COB has been a hot topic here, but not for good reason.
I'm curious, raise your hand if you are a Mesa resident. Okay, and then raise your hand if you're Gilbert, because probably most of you.
A packed town hall just 2 weeks ago. Residents in the area looked to city officials from Mesa and Gilbert, asking about the alleged sober living home activity spilling from the complex into their neighborhood.
The operations that are going on in these, high-end luxury condos are not licensed, but yet they say their hands are tied, they can't do anything. And it's a protected class that is being abused and brought in.
We do need to see action from the state level. The cities can only do so much.
City Councilwoman Julie Spilsbury says Mesa has met with Arizona's Attorney General, contacted the governor, and Access, the state's Medicaid agency, a key entity in the issue.
This is super complicated. There's lots and lots of layers to this. There's legal protections for sober living. There's just so many layers, and so it's not a matter of just walking in tomorrow and shutting it down.
But the sober living scheme is simple. Fake rehab centers recruit tribal members and other groups of vulnerable people. They make sure victims are signed up with the American Indian Health Program via Access. Using their IDs and personal information, unlicensed organizers have to go through registered providers to bill the state for services that are not actually given. And government officials say Access has been defrauded for at least hundreds of millions of dollars. In our first report on Canal on Baseline, we showed you this man being treated by medics. His name is Warshaw Swazao, and I spoke to him over the phone. He says he stayed in one unit posing as a sober living home and was told to recruit.
They implied that I was supposed to be bringing more people from my reservation, if not from people who are around me. Also Native Americans, as long as they had Medicaid and an ID.
Warshaw came to the valley from Gallup, New Mexico. He tells me recruiting is incentivized.
I was offered a woman, beer, and drugs.
He says waiting on his Access membership to become official made him an asset and gave him a place to live. What do you do all day?
I'm just told to stay in my room.
Residents outside the complex claim to see empty liquor bottles left behind at the canal. Warshaw confirms people are not okay here and not staying sober.
I just seen all kinds of people recycled through here. And this whole place is flooded with sober living. Come on!
And then there are tenants who say they often see suspicious activity and became used to seeing first responders in the parking lot. William is one of those tenants who wants to remain anonymous.
I didn't know what a sober living was. And then I want to say like the past couple months, just police have been in and out. The property just has been vandalized, and it just hasn't really been the same since I had moved in.
Fox 10 requested calls for service to Canal on Baseline again. Since last November, Mesa police have responded nearly 150 times. The leading call is for subjects disturbing, followed by noise disturbance, agency assist, and family fights. William says he pays $2,700 in rent every month.
You're seeing these people smoke drinking at the pool, nodding off in your backyard. So it's just like, I mean, are they really helping these people? Or...
Getting out of a lease can be costly.
Yeah, there's been many times where I just wanted to honestly just leave, but I'm just kind of dealing with it.
We reached out to Samir Sani, the owner of Canal on Baseline, about these issues again. His statement reads in part, quote, "The Arizona Department of Health Services conducted an investigation into the units at the complex and found that 2 of them were operating as a sober living facility without proper licensing. As a result, citations were issued and management immediately requested the occupants to vacate the premises, and the subject leases were immediately terminated. I want to emphasize that management was unaware of these units operating as a sober living facility." Sani also claims there has been no police activity within the 10 days prior to sending us this statement on June 13th. He's wrong. From June 3rd to the 10th, Mesa police responded to the property 9 times. I asked the Department of Health to tell us what citations were issued and to comment on the inspection. A spokesperson says he can't due to the ongoing multi-agency investigation.
The same developer is developing a property right down the street. As it stands right now, this could happen anywhere. These were luxury condos that were for sale, and one owner went in and bought all of them.
Sani also tells Fox 10 that Canal on Baseline is well within the laws and zoning requirements for leasing out units, saying there's no code violation. But a spokeswoman with the city of Mesa sent us a statement saying officials believe certain units in the complex are in violation of state licensing requirements, hence the investigation by DHS.